Hello, everyone. Welcome back. This is Rando Geek. So we have an update regarding AT&T. Not good news, unfortunately. It's been a lot of that with them lately. Link for this article can be found down below for you in the description if you would like to check it out on your own. But yeah, not good news. They're being hit with a fine, $950,000. This, of course, is after an outage that took place in August of last year, 2023. They're saying the outage only lasted 74 minutes, but they're saying that 400 people were trying to use the service and it was not fun for them. It was difficult. They're saying that in addition to the financial settlement, AT&T will be monitored for 3 years to make sure it is fulfilling its emergency service provisioning responsibilities and outage notifications. All right, so we have a statement here from Chairwoman Jessica Rosenworcel from the FCC. She says service providers have an obligation to transmit 911 calls and notify 911 call centers of outages in a timely manner. She says that their rules are designed to protect the public and ensure the public safety. Officials can inform consumers of alternate ways to reach emergency services in the event of an outage. All right, so yeah, $950,000, not the biggest fine in the world, but the monitoring for 3 years is something that needed to happen. Finally, we're starting to see some whoop ass on these companies and making them liable for their actions. Now, let's be clear. For those of you that don't watch my videos, don't listen to what I'm saying, don't know me, if you've been following, you'll know that I have no problem at all with AT&T's network. In fact, it's one of my favorite networks out of the three. So I always try to give love and respect to the network when they do something right. But they've been bad lately. They've been very bad when it comes to how providing that service, that reliability. They're not owning up to their name. All right. So they're letting customers down. So this is mistreatment to loyal wireless fans that have been rocking with them for decades, some, right? So I've been saying something has to happen. They need to, there's got to be some kind of restructuring or something within the company because things have not been good. Now, they're saying that the outage was caused when an AT&T engineer running unscheduled maintenance shut down part of the network. They're saying for normal maintenance, testing would have been carried out first to see how the shutdown would affect the rest of the network. This, of course, wasn't done since it was an improper attempt at a network fix. They're saying that in keeping with many such actions by the U.S. government agencies, this is a settlement, not a fine, meaning that AT&T admits no guilt, of course. The cost is equal to less than 1 hour of profit, according to the telco's last quarterly earnings statement, making it equal to 74 minutes might have been proportional at least. This, of course, is in addition to the outage we just talked about, this one lasting hours, okay? And many people were affected by this. They're saying customers in New York, Houston, Chicago, and Charlotte, North Carolina, all having a problem. And they're saying that it was a software issue. We had originally gotten information that it was just iPhone users having a problem. We shortly found out after that it was Android users as well. So just not a good look all around for AT&T is what we're talking about and why I'm being a little bit more strict with them than I probably normally would. But it's been a lot of outages, a lot of problems, late to the party when it comes to communicating, right? You shouldn't have to be notified by everybody else before the company that you're doing business with. You're on their network. They can't pop a text to all their customers saying we're currently experiencing system outages. We're doing our best to have our teams work on it, and we will, we'll let you know when the issue has been resolved, or at least we'll provide you an update as we get one. Anything. Why can't they send out a generic message to customers? All these companies have a responsibility. When you pay your bill, they can't wait to beg you for that money, right? And threaten you if you don't pay. If you don't pay by this minute, you're canceled, whatever. They can't do that to let you know that your service is down. They can't pop a text out. No, they can't even get on X, aka Twitter, fast enough to have one of their spokespeople, update us, right? It took hours for an update after service started coming back for a few people and after the whole entire world, even local news, was talking about it before they made a official statement. So, you know, these are the types of things that I don't like. Like, things happen. It's been happening far too much. And I'm glad to see that there's some kind of action. They should be monitored. And this is for every carrier. This goes along with the data breaches as well. If these things continue, these companies need to be fined, and they need to be on strict supervision. They need to be micromanaged to make sure that they're getting their act together and they're doing what they're supposed to be doing. Because at the end of the day, yeah, it's just a couple of hours. Most of us have backup lines. Most of us that are watching these videos have at least 2 phones, at least, right? So we're not really that worried about it. It's the customers that don't. It's the people that carry one line, pay a lot of money for like a postpaid plan, over $100 a month, some people, the ones that really depend on it, the first responders, the lawyers, the self-employed businessmen that actually give that number out to everyone. Those are the ones that are going to be pissed. And those are the ones that AT&T, Verizon, and T-Mobile have to worry about leaving their company, getting rid of the service to go to someone else if they don't live up to the hype in which a customer originally signed up for. Now, Verizon and AT&T are probably your go-tos for that, you know, continuous reliability. So if you're someone in those professions, usually you're going to find that they're using that one of those 2 services for their day-to-day, and maybe they have a second phone, T-Mobile, as like their daily driver when it comes to personal life, family, friends, etc. But usually for business, it's usually AT&T and Verizon. So that's pretty much how they've been marketing themselves. They're the reliable networks, especially AT&T. The plans are pretty watered down, but you're paying for that consistent reliability, the name, the trusted service that you'll get with them. And, you know, lately they've kind of been falling behind that, their legacy. They're not really living up to the hype. So like I said before, I really hope they do better. I think there needs to be some kind of restructuring within the company. Their spokespeople need to be updated because they're not quick enough. They're not quick on their toes to get out there. They need people that are fast thinkers. So I don't know what that means, who they need, but they need people that are better at handling crisis situations, such as massive global outages. They also need, you know, they need people that understand the seriousness of this. Maybe, and they may also need to upgrade their IT department because these outages are originating from within their tech team. So, you know, that's something that really needs to be looked at. Who's in charge managing, you know, those developers that are typing in codes and making mistakes and doing system testing not the right way, or not even testing at all before they send out a massive update. You know, all things that are not something you could, you know, should play around with. You should really be treading lightly with that kind of stuff because it affects many people. And again, this is the result, right? Huge fines, not the biggest, but big fines. And now they're being put on notice. Not to mention, many customers are starting to feel like this company is becoming a joke as a result of that. Now, it's not too late. Definitely not. Little restructuring. They'll be back on their feet in no time, living up to the hype. But, you know, something's got to give. Something's got to give. As always, thank you guys so much for stopping by and watching, and I'll catch you in the next one. Bye for now.